This draws a line between a beginner and an expert. It is typography. 95% of the web is text, and that is the reason why every brand takes it serious. In the last section, we saw how colors can play an important role, but now in this one, let us see what is even more important. Here we will deep dive into the concepts of typography, and at the end we will make this card component look like this. So without skipping any part, stay around till the end. The first thing when we think about the typography is the fonts. So let us have a look at the different types of fonts. So we may categorize fonts into three types. We have serif, sans serif, and monospace. These serif fonts are characterized by small decorative lines or serifs at the end of the letter strokes. These serifs can give a traditional and formal appearance to the text, making them quite popular in printed materials like books and newspapers. For example, we may have Times New Roman and Georgia. These are the very popular fonts from this serif. Then we may have sans serif fonts. These fonts lack the decorative serifs which we found inside the serif fonts, and these fonts are popular in digital media for their readability on screens, and the common ones include Arial or Helvetica. Then we have the monospace fonts, also known as fixed width fonts. They assign the same horizontal space to each character regardless of its width. This uniformity makes monospace fonts ideal for the code or tabulated data, and the examples include Courier New or Consoles. So here I have already created three files, the HTML file and two CSS files. One CSS file is for practicing, and then we have the card.css which we will use to create that card which I showed you earlier. So let us start by understanding some of the CSS properties. First of all, you need to open this HTML file and you will find all of this code on GitHub. Link is in the description. This is how it looks right now. I have applied some background color and then we have this stylus for the card. And this is actually a card. Now let us first understand the font family. So we have the card title. Here I can use the first property which is font family, and here we have a lot of fonts which we can use from. So I will choose from our sans serif fonts, which is this one. So these are available on my system, so I will use the. And why we have three fonts right here? It is because if this does not work, then we will have this, and if this is not available on the system, then we will have this as the fallback. So these are the fallback fonts, and I recommend always using them. So let us see it now. So it looks better than how it already was. The next thing we have is the font width. So for example, let us apply the font width right here, and we have a lot of options. But what I see the beginners do is like they type directly the bold, and they do not know what exactly this bold is. It means for them it is the bold text and it is already bold. But I recommend you doing this thing. Type 100 or type any value so that you have more control over them. Then we may have the another property which is text align. I will take the card body and here I will apply the stylus text align, and we have a lot of options. We have center, we have end, justify, left or right, and for example let us choose the center one, and you can already see this is now in the center. This line started right here instead of starting from the left, extreme left, and it ended just before the extreme right. For example, if I show it to you, this is the actual box what we have, but the text you can see is on the center. So that is how this thing works, but we can keep it at for example, there is one more property which is justify, but I don't recommend this one. For example, if you see, now we have different spaces. So after that we have text decoration. Have strong inside our HTML, we have text decoration. For example, we want to put a line over the text. So for that we can use overline, although we mostly use underline, which we are going to use inside our card component. So that is why I am showing you this example right here. You can see on this text we have the line over it. Now let us move to next one, which is color. You already know this one. This is also the property for text, so that is why I am showing you this. For example, we can put aqua right here. So then after that, we might not have a lot of options on our local system. We might need some fonts from outside of our system. So for that we use fonts.google.com. So when you go to this website, what you can see is you have a lot of fonts, and here I recommend you searching for Enter, which is my favorite, and you should also have a favorite font. And there is one more font also which a lot of people like, that is Poppinus, this one. But let us take this font and I will click on get font. Okay, here we have the embed code. We will click on this. It is either with the link or with the import. Here maybe I will show you with import, but then later I will show you with the link in our when we will be working with the card component. This time let us go with the import. So I will copy this part, this import statement, and I will copy it and paste it inside our CSS. And now in our, for example, in our card body, I can use font family, enter. I can see that this font is here. And also we can do font weight, for example 100. You can see this changed very much. Now it is very light. If you see, we do not have enough space between these lines. So let us increase this. For example, line height we can keep as 1.6 for now, because 1.6 is a good line height and it increases the readability. And then we have the next property, which is letter spacing. For example, 0.2 rem is a lot, but you can see I think 0.02 is good for us. Yeah, this is good for us. Okay, we have text size as well. For example, 1 rem I can use, which is the what we have already. But the thing is that I recommend using rem. Why do I use rem and why not the pixels? Although someone may type 16 pixels, and if you see, it does not affect our page. It is still the same what it was. Use rem instead of the pixel, as it does respect users' browser preferences and adapts to them. If the user changes the browser font size from the browser settings, this rem will adapt to those changes if it is rem. But if it is pixel, then it will not adapt. So that is why I am saying use rem. Now let us change this style.css to card.css. And I have already some styles inside our card, which you can see, and it is just to make it look like a card. Here you can see we do not have any styles related to typography. So I will do that now. First of all, we will take card. Let us apply font, family, enter. And as I told you, there should be some fallback font, maybe Helvetica. We will be using the link inside our HTML. So we will import the font, something like this. Now it is using the enter font. We will use color, this one. Then I will go to card title, font size to 1.4 rem, font weight 700, color. It's already looking very nice. We have letter spacing. I will do it -0.02 em. We will have a detailed session about these em and rem and all these things. So stay subscribed and turn on those notifications so that you do not miss those sessions as well. Then let us move to card body, and here I will type font size 0.9 rem, line height of 1.6, margin 0, color, and that is it for our card body. We have only one strong text, so I will directly select it. The color is, and text decoration, as I already mentioned, will be underlined. So the next thing we may have is, and here we will have font size of 0.7 rem, font weight 600, text transform uppercase. I will show you this. I will change it to lowercase later on back, but for now I want to show you this property because I missed it previously. And then the color, the margin 0.2 rem. Then let us move to card footer, which is the final one. Font size 0.8 rem. Then we will use font weight, which will be 500, text align, which will be center, and we will do the color, font style, italic. So this is what we have for now. I will write a comment right here, maybe. So till this point, this was a general styling. It was not related to typography, but here after the line number 40, we have the typography related styles, and it is just around 40 lines, and we can see how this card now looks like. But I told you I will be using the lowercase for this one, because most of the times we see tags in the lowercase. So what we can do is we will do the lowercase right here. So I wanted to show you this text transform property which I previously missed. I encourage you to share whatever you build after watching this section, and when you post your work, be sure to mention me. I will be active liking and commenting on your posts on LinkedIn or X, so that the recruiters and others in the community will notice you and can see what you have learned. This is a fantastic opportunity to showcase your talent and potentially catch the eye of those looking to hire skilled creatives like you. Your journey is just as important to me as the content I create. So let us support each other in this creative adventure, and thank you once again, and I cannot wait to see your amazing works. Happy creating.